Mr. Jones, tell us your name for the record.
Akil Lamar Jones Bowie.
Okay, so Mr. Jones has a couple of matters here. He has a probable cause conference with me. He also has a tether violation. Let's deal with the tether violation.
Basically, see, I was.
Mr. Jones, please don't speak. Judge, I have not seen a copy of the tether violation. Do you know if that was emailed to Ms. Silver?
Oh, I don't know. I just got back here today. But I'll be happy to read portions of it to you. As you know, Mr. Jones was enrolled in the tether program back on July 3rd. He was placed on house arrest. By July 5th, he violated by leaving the home. He was tracked going to a liquor store. And didn't return to the home. That's about the long and short of it.
Okay, Judge. Judge, I would ask that Mr. Jones's bond be reinstated at this time. It's quite possible that he did not know he was under house arrest.
I understand that this defense attorney is doing everything she can to keep her client from going to jail, and I can respect the effort. But it's hard to believe he didn't realize he was on house arrest. He reviewed and signed all of his bond conditions, and they even placed an electronic monitor on him. That it's one of those situations where the facts make the explanation almost impossible to accept. Anyone in his position would know the rules, and it's clear the court expected him to follow them from the start.
Without actually seeing the report, Judge, or a file, I don't have much more to say than that.
He was told he was on house arrest. Please don't give me that one. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room so you can speak with him, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, we are back on the record on People versus Akil Jones, case number 23057574001. Actually, we were doing is tether violation. How would you like to proceed on that, Ms. Cross? Is he pleading guilty to the violation?
He would like to offer a plea of guilty with an explanation, Judge. He is allowed out of house arrest. He has an ill mother who he acts as her caregiver. She is in the process of moving right now.
I'm sorry, does his ill mother live at the liquor store?
He maintains that he went there for his mother.
So he doesn't understand what house arrest means?
Judge, I did explain it to him in further detail. I am asking that his bond be reinstated at this time.
So on July 3rd, he was enrolled in the tether program and it was explained to him and he agreed. He was given the rules and regulations by the Wayne County Sheriff's Office tether program, including the conditions of the arrest. What was it you didn't understand, sir?
Sir, I'm under the impression that I was not given a fair shot as far as my tether in the first place.
Look, if you feel that the electronic monitor didn't give you a fair chance, there's another option. You can choose to wait for your trial date in jail instead. The charges you're facing are significant, and the court didn't have to offer you any form of release. Being allowed to stay at home, even with restrictions, is actually a generous opportunity. Most people in similar situations don't get that kind of consideration. It's important to recognize that this arrangement is meant to help you, not work against you, and it's still far better than sitting in a cell while your case moves forward.
When I let the judge know that I take care of my mom's and that she's disabled and she can't get around, I really meant that. She's in the process of moving, as well as my grandmother. I'm sorry, I understand that there's rules of the court, but I refuse to just be at home and can't do nothing and provide for my mother. That's all I'm saying.
Mr. Cross, he refused to abide by the rules of the tether program.
That's not necessarily true. What I'm saying is I hold the value of my mother above a tether.
Mr. Jones, please do not speak.
I'm just being honest. It say speak the truth and nothing but it.
You're expected to be honest when you speak in court, and that part is completely true. But you also have the right to stay silent, because anything you choose to say can be brought up later in the legal process. And that's exactly what just happened. You openly told the judge that you didn't plan on following the monitoring rules that were required for you to remain out on bond. When you make statements like that, the court has little choice in how to respond. It tells the judge you're not willing to follow the basic conditions given to you. And when that happens, the next step is almost always predictable, because the court has to take your own words into account when deciding what happens from here.
So the conditions of his tether was that he was placed on house arrest, allowed to travel for court and medical reasons, as well as his mother's medical appointments only. Now, what business did you have at the liquor store? I can't hear you.
Getting her wound supplies, sir. She has diabetic leg ulcers.
From the liquor store?
It was a CVS. A liquor store is connected to it on the other side.
Yes, Your Honor. His mother asked him to go to a specific pharmacy to pick up some important medical supplies she needed. It wasn't a casual trip or something he did just to leave the house. He was trying to help her with something she couldn't easily get on her own, and that's why he stepped out. I understand he still should have followed the rules, but the situation was more about helping his family than ignoring his responsibilities.
I apologize for my attitude, but I'm under urgency because my mother is in the process of moving. If she don't move, then her house been in foreclosure.
He has a poor attitude, and he pretty much conveyed to the court that he doesn't care what we say, he's going to do what he has to do, period. And I'm going to show him otherwise. So what he doesn't understand is that the tether was not a right, it was a privilege.
I do understand that.
So you took my gift and you threw it in my face. When I said house arrest, and we even allowed for you these other conditions for you to take your mother to medical appointments and for you to travel to court and for your own medical purposes as well. I thought the court was very generous in allowing that. But in addition to that, not only did you go to the liquor store, you never returned home.
That is not true.
So you have an issue. And on top of everything else, we're relying on. Anything else?
Yes.
None of this.
Yeah. Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, I would advise you not to speak at this time as counsel, but if you choose otherwise, that's up to you.
Yes, I choose otherwise because there's a lot of things you don't understand.
Believe me, the court doesn't need an explanation for every personal detail about you. What matters to them are your actions and whether you're following the conditions they set. They aren't focused on your background or anything unrelated to the case. They only care about whether you're meeting the expectations they clearly laid out. Keeping things simple and staying on track will always work in your favor.
Judge, what I want to say is when I did not return home, I was going to help my mother fill out the application for her new apartment. Plus, I had to help her get there, get in the apartment and everything about that. So when I didn't return home, she was taking the rest of her friend's place and we was going to return back home. This is not a case of me going to the liquor store and just staying out and going and hanging and riding around. That's not what this was. This was me helping my mother out. That's the God honest truth. I'm asking for leniency because she really do need my help. I'm the only one that she has right now. She has little kids around her. She doesn't have anybody in my age that can help take care of her right now. So I am asking for leniency. Thank you. I do understand that the court has been very lenient in letting me go to her medical appointments and my medical appointments and to my court date, which I missed because my phone bill haven't been paid due to me just being on tether. That's the reason why I missed my court date yesterday. It's a lot of things that's going on.
I didn't know you missed the court date also.
And this, everyone, is exactly why you should stay quiet unless your attorney lets you know it's the right time to speak. Anything you say on your own can shape the judge's opinion, even if you didn't mean it that way. By offering unnecessary information, you've made the situation harder for yourself, and the judge will now consider those comments when making a decision. It's always smarter to let your lawyer guide the conversation so you don't accidentally create more problems for your case.
Yes, I did. I'm telling you that I'm being honest. I don't have no reason to lie to you about anything. It's just she needs me right now. I have a PPO that's been served to me that I cannot go to
Mr.
my
Jones, that's enough. That's enough. Judge, he was originally scheduled for yesterday. It's my understanding that Ms. Silver received a message from your court clerk indicating that the PCC was moved to today.
Your Honor, based on what was said, I would leave it up to the court's discretion regarding bond, but I would object to another tether.
I don't think he could have dug a bigger hole for me if I gave him a shovel.
I wouldn't be too quick to assume things will turn out in his favor, Judge, because he's about to make his situation a whole lot worse. Throughout this entire hearing, he's mentioned his mother several times as the reason for his actions, and it's become his main explanation for everything. Since he keeps bringing her up to support his story, the judge decides to call his mother directly to confirm what really happened. At this point, it's clear the court wants to hear the truth from someone who can verify the details, not just rely on what the defendant says.
Ms. Cross, can you give me Mom's phone number if you have it? Give me 1 second. Okay, back on the record on People versus Akil Jones. So, Mr. Jones, there's a couple of things you need to know about me. One is that I'm far from stupid. And two, I don't like to be lied to. So it's very important that you be honest, completely honest with me right now. How did you get to your mother's?
I walked and got on the bus.
When you got to your mother's, where did you go?
When I got to my mother's, I cleaned up for her and everything like that. And then I went to a CVS. It's on I walked with my little sister.
I tried to warn you. Maybe I should have told you. I just got off the phone with your mother. So let's try it again. How did you get where you were going? Yeah, right.
A friend had okay. I remember now. Okay.
Yeah.
A friend of hers and mine had pulled up because we're both her caregiver, basically. And I had asked her.
You told me she didn't have anybody but you. Remember that?
We changed shifts.
Then I heard about Al. I know all about Al. You forgot about him?
Yes, I forgot about a lot of stuff.
I tried to warn you, I don't like to be lied to, sir. You're wasting my time. I have some very pressing things going on right here. And you feed me this nonsense.
My memory is not great. I wasn't thinking.
Obviously. So unfortunately, I can't trust this man. I can't trust him to tell me the truth. I can't trust him to abide by the conditions of his tether. And what makes matters worse, he has a mom that's willing to co-sign for him, which I guess I can understand because mothers sometimes do that with their sons. But I'm gonna set his bond at $25,000 cash sure. Now, does he have another case with me? He has a second case, is that right?
I don't believe so, Judge. If he does, we only have one.
Because his name
I believe the second matter.
$5,000 cash assurity. What did I do to you, man?
First of all, I'm not your man.
No, you're not my man, obviously, but I'm saying, what did I do to you? Because I went to a liquor store and I forgot that I went there?
If things were really that simple, you wouldn't be facing the level of trouble that's coming your way now. The judge is frustrated because you relied on your mother as an explanation, then mentioned your younger sister, and still didn't tell the truth even after the facts were already known. Using family members to cover for your choices only made the situation worse, and the court doesn't look kindly on that. At this point, the judge expects honesty and responsibility, and trying to shift the blame has only strengthened the concerns the court already had.
$25,000?
Yes, sir. You want to try? Is that not enough? You want to try 50?
Do your thing, my partner. You already did the worst. You
Yeah,
can't take me no
50,000.
further.
50,000 cash.
Do 100,000. Do 100.
Okay, that's even better. 100,000 cashier. He's all set. Bye-bye.